How you doing? How you doing? My name is Antonio from Unapologetically Black. Ask if you live. Ask if you like and subscribe to the page. If you share this video as much as possible. Um, I'm trying to start to communicate with my people about the condition we're in and how we got to this condition. And I feel that the Florida law, which was recently passed, which states that teaches that slavery was beneficial to blacks, is not nothing new. Europeans have been promoting this concept. They've been promoting the concept that we were savages and that they enslaved us and civilized us. This is why they work so hard to hide black people's true history and how we civilized them. So this is nothing new, but the fact that they have done this should awaken my people to not continue to hand your children over to your oppressor to be educated. And that's what we have been doing since since I would not say since the end of the Reconstruction period. We've been handing our children over to our oppressors to be educated, and then we have been upset at the result. So the Florida ruling stating that slavery should be taught, that blacks benefited from slavery, should be nothing new and should not come as a surprise to black people, because they've been teaching you that they enslaved you, brought you to America, and that benefited you as a people. This is what they've been teaching you. This is why I do videos showing you that the European English did not come to America until after they conquered Spain, which was ran by black and popularized, ran by black Muslims and popularized by black Muslims and black Jews from Africa. So the concept that they civilized you, they always knew was a falsehood from the moment they got here. So for them to continue to teach these lies and for you to continue to hand your children over to them, for them to teach their children these lies, is the reason why you deal with so much self-hate in your community. And black people need to start to hold themselves accountable for this. The reason why your children have so much self-hate is because you've been handing them over to their oppressor, who've been reinforcing and teaching them and reinforcing them self-hate. This is why you have to remember about the dial test. When they tested the black kids with the various dials and they asked the black children which dial was pretty and which dial was ugly, the black dials picked the black dial. When asked which dial was bad and which dial was good, the black children overwhelmingly picked the black dial. This is all a result of us handing our children over to our oppressors to be educated. And then you are upset with the result as if they was going to actually prepare your children to compete with their children. You have to ask yourself, what sense do that make? Why would they, people who have inherited their condition and their position you, your children, to compete with their children and take their children's inheritance away from them? It makes no sense. This is why they're motivated to have your children in daycares and have both parents working, because they don't want no one able to educate the child to the benefit of the child. They don't want you able to have the time and resources to invest in your children. So the Florida law saying that they must teach slavery was beneficial to blacks should not come as a surprise to black people at all. It should come as a reminder that they have been miseducating blacks in America since the creation of the public school system. That is what that should be a reminder of. That should reinforce the fact that when your children come home, that you have to re-educate your children, that you have to enhance your children's education. That should reinforce you to understand that you cannot sit back idle while others instill the knowledge into your children because you see that they're not, and the knowledge and information they are implementing and instilling in your children is designed to teach your children self-hate and designed to teach your children to worship Europeans. But Carter G. Wilson wrote The Miseducation of the Negro in 1933. Well, that's when it was published. So why in 2023 are you surprised that they announced a continuation of the miseducation of the Negro by teaching you that they civilized you when it was vice versa? It is time for black people to stop expecting Europeans to change. Stop expecting them to accept you as one of them. They have repeatedly shown you as a collective that they do not accept you as one of them. Any issue or any amount of knowledge that uplifts you or your children or your people, they have continuously tried to eradicate. So the Florida law should not come as a surprise to anybody in the black community that they want to teach you that your benefits come from your attachment to white people. Why can't it just awaken you to understand that you cannot leave the education of your children to others? That's all this should do. You will quote Maya Angelou and say, when people show you who they are the first time, believe them. People show you who they are. White people have shown you how they feel about black people repeatedly, how they feel about you collectively, repeatedly. But you refuse to accept it. You refuse to believe it. And you continue to embrace integration in spite of the fact that you have more black people incarcerated today than you had enslaved prior to the Civil War. I'm just saying, we need a real awakening.